I've got another one to show you. So, went a little, I don't know, I don't think it was overboard, but I really wanted to get one of my bun straps sent out. So, did one of the nautical ones, at least where we lasered on the nautical keeper there. So, this one is one that's already set. So it's held right there, which the nice part about that is when you're wearing it and you're doing stuff, this stays around it nicely, whereas the ones I have that are removable, you got to kind of shift it on your wrist a little bit. But the benefit to those are you can remove the bund or leave it on, whereas these, you can do that. You'd have just some little holes there, or you'd have to buy a backer that is as, thick as how this pops through, right? So, which is also an option. But it's super cool with it on there. So he sent me a bunch of dials that he liked, and one of them was a pirate ship dial. So I went ahead and grabbed one that was very similar to the one he picked. So it's got some purples and some orange in there, but it really pops when it hits the light. So when it's kind of straight on, you're just like, oh, okay, I can see what's going on. But then once the light hits it, it really jumps at you. So did a brushed case, anchor engraved crown, and then I did a chemical strip, and I don't know, I did a bunch of shit to it to make it more along the lines of it's actual brass, but just kept it kind of rusty and kind of patinaed, which goes really well with diodes. You can see around the edges there, it kind of has that like copperish color. Did some silver hands on there, then a custom painted black seconds hand with tan fill on the end. Large window exhibition caseback, gilded rotor, stainless steel movement holder, and then one of my ammo pouch style bun straps with a nautical keeper on there. So that's your build, man. I hope you like it. So these are all held on with a tension ring, so you can turn it left, you can turn it right, but it does not click. Now, these are automatic mechanical, so you can wear them, you can wind them, you can put them on a watch winder. This one might, it still would. I mean, it's what, a 41 without crown, so like 44 width. So you'd be pushing 47, but I think it'd fit on one if you want it, if you needed it to. That said, if it's not running or you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it before you go out. Otherwise, you're not going to keep time. Okay, so wind it first, then set it. So with this bund right here, this is going to conform back to your wrist when you put it on, and it's going to kind of stay there with this already being screwed down. So the best way to do it for me is literally just open it. So to wind it, you're going to back the threads off until you hear it and feel it clicking, and it's off the crown, or off the thread tubes. At that point, you can wind it. So winding it this way winds it. This way does nothing, but it's a lot easier to wind. And if you see how I'm winding it, I'm just doing that, right? So if you try and do it with that staying on there, you're kind of out here, and you can only kind of, you can get a little bit in there. So if you do it for about 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, even if you're not very active, you'll keep it running. If you do it for something closer to 15-20 seconds, you will max out your 31-hour power reserve, but you cannot overwind and you cannot hurt it like that. So you can wind it all day if you want. This is what I do to make sure it's running, because I don't wear your watch around. I do it through the night. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 12:57 p.m.
All right, 12:57. There we go. I built your watch. What did I build it? I sent you pictures last night at 10 or so. So it's ran 14, 15 hours straight on. No issue. 12:57. If you pull it to the one and only click, you can now set your time. And it's a wobble crown, so it's deflecting lateral pressure against that stem. But a good way to make sure you're not even pushing and prying on it for it to even rotate is just to keep pressure on it, pulling it back out. It's not a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. And then you just set your time. So it should be about, what, 12:58-ish or so. Also makes it nice and easy to push it right back over and thread back down. There's your build, sir. And as you can see, it's just kind of sitting right back against that. So this leather is a little bit thicker and it doesn't quite go up in there as far. So sometimes they're quite flush. This one's actually a little bit lower in there. But you can still see your case back. So hope you like it, buddy. As always, custom matching beads to go with it. Whether you want to be cool or not, it's up to you. But it'd be cooler if you were. So wear them if you can. This will come in a brown special edition BBW box. Other than the little business card I throw in there, your build and warranty cards will come in a couple weeks. I technically haven't ordered them because I didn't know what I was going to build you until I built it last night. And I have lots and lots of straps that just came in a massive order. So I figured put one of them out. No one's going to know you have them if you don't do it. Now, granted, they might have seen this before, but they hadn't seen the bund. So, I give you one that has a non-removable bund, just because I thought that's the way it should stay. Looks very cool like that. So, every build comes with watch cleaner. This is good on, wow, what just happened there? All glass and metal parts, so everything there in the middle of the watch. Non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue. Leather conditioner to make sure we keep that strap perfect. So if you ever feel that it's getting rough, which would typically be on the back side, but you know, this is 2 pieces of leather put together, stitched in, and then edge painted. So it is very good quality leather, but if you were ever to feel it getting rough or whatever, chances are it's going to be on the back side against your skin, which is what you would want to use it against. A little bit will go a long way, so just put it on there, let it soak in, remove any excess, kind of massage it into the leather, any excess, and we'll go back to being super, super soft, but it's already that way. It's very, very soft, very pliable. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 off of Amazon repackaged, which is essentially like a poly watch. And what is that? I guess some dried poly watch on there. This is an acrylic glass. You can scratch it, and if you do, just put a tiny, 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 tiny bit on there and buff against the scratch, fill in the scratch, generate some heat so that it will solidify quicker. And only use what you need. Don't push it all around the dial. Let it soak into your microfiber, which will also be in your pack too. So that's how that part works. And that's your build, man. Hope you like it. It's kick-ass. You should like it, man. So I appreciate everybody watching and hanging out with me. And I've got a few more to film. So if you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see builds like this, like and subscribe as I build stuff and put up videos all the time. Thanks, guys.